Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to patch Linux system from Ansible Tower. If you are using Ansible Tower, you should be able to follow the same step which I'm going to follow in this video. And also the user who are using Ansible AWX, they can also be able to use the steps which I'm going to show you here, because Ansible AWX is nothing but an upstream project for Ansible Tower, so you'll be able to do that. And if you're wondering how to install that and what is Ansible AWX, I have already prepared a video for that, and I will give a link for that video in this video description. You'll be able to check that video. Okay, so let's get started then. The first thing, what I need to apply patch in my client system, I need a playbook. So I would be able to write playbook in my client system, and also I would be able to write in GitHub, right? So in GitHub I already have one playbook which I have created under my Ansible_tower, and you can able to see that playbook name is patching.yml, and there are some tasks which I have added in this playbook, and I'm going to discuss all the tasks, what those tasks are going to do, right? And I'm going to patch them. There are 3 Linux systems. Let me just show you the 3 systems here. Okay, this is the FTP server, and the other one is node 2, and this one is node 1. On this 3 node I'm going to patch from this my Ansible Tower. Okay, let's go back to my web interface. So the first thing what we were going to discuss about the playbook. So the playbook is, you can able to see this first part is self-explanatory. Okay, so this is nothing but the name which I'm giving here, and the user which I'm going to use for this to run this playbook is Ansible, and host is nothing but I'm going to apply this change for all the hosts, and become equal to true, which is required to apply patch, because with normal user you won't be able to do it, you won't be able to install patches, so that is why we need a sudo rights. And the fourth part which I have given here is ignore error. It means if I'm running this many tasks, and out of all the tasks, if one task is failed for some reason, syntax error or something, my whole playbook will fail. So I don't want to do that, so that is why I have mentioned ignore error equal to yes here, right? So that is what ignore error does. And now the task is started here. So the task, and you can see the first task, which is nothing but to check my local repository or RHEL connectivity with my client system, whether I have the connectivity to download the package and install the packages, right? So for that, what I'm doing is I'm just simply running a command called yum repo list and checking whether it is able to list the repository or not. If it is not able to, then what it will going to do, it will going to fail, and it will going to throw an error saying repository not found, and Ansible host is nothing but the host where it will going to run, right? And also it says if it is not equal to repository found, when this condition is met, not equal to repository found, then it will going to fail it. But my playbook will not going to fail, since I have updated here ignore equal to yes. So it will go to the next step, right? And the next step it will going to check for the VSFTPD status, whether it is going to whether my VSFTP is running or not. So same thing, I have mentioned the same thing for VSFTPD as well. And the third part which I'm doing is here to apply the patch. For that I'm just simply running yum update -y command. That is how we patch Linux system, isn't it, right? So that's what I have mentioned. And the condition which I have mentioned here, when VSFTPD is not running and also the repository should found, only these 2 conditions, when they're met, apply the patch, right? That is what I'm looking for. So this is what this playbook does. If I go back to Ansible Tower here, and this is the 2 file. So let me go to my tower here, and to apply from my tower, first thing what I need to do is I need to create a project. So let me just create a project and click on add here, and let me give some name. Organization is equal to client support. This is, it's depend on the organization which we have created. I have created organization says client support, so that is what I'm selecting that. And at the same time we have to select, I'm using a git type of playbook, So what I have to do is here I have to just click on download, and it will give you a link here. So I just need to copy that link, right, and I'll say update on launch and click on save. So when I did that, you can able to see it is currently trying to fetch the information from Git and trying to update here. And it looks like it is done, and I can able to see the information for my projects. Excellent. So next step, what I have to do is I need to go to inventory, and I need to create a inventory. So let me just create an inventory saying patching inventory. Let me just select the organization again, and let me save it. And once I save that, I can add a group. Let me give a group name, something called dev linux, okay, and description is not required. Source is, I can say manual. I just need to select as manual, and I can just do a save here, and my group is added. So now in this group I need to add host. Let me just click on host, and I need to add the host here, node 1, save, and I need to do again other 2 nodes, go back up here, node 2, save, and the third server is FTP server, save. Okay, so I have added the host also in my patching inventory. That looks good. If I go to inventory, excellent. The next step which I have to do is I need to create a template. So the template I'm going to click in here, and it is nothing but job template, and I need to give some name. Let me just give a name called simply patching, and select the repository, or sorry, the inventory, patching inventory, and machine credential, which I'm going to use the project one that was created earlier. And let me select the project that is for my development Linux service, which I just created, and it is going to run. It will not going to check syntax check or dry run. It will just simply going to run it. And I need to select the playbook which I have created, and let me just do on verbosity 1. I will show you why we need this, and let me just scroll it down and save it here. Okay, so looks like it has added. My patching template is added. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether my system is running FTP or not. Just do a simple test. Probably what I'm going to do is I can run an adhoc command from my Ansible Tower. Let me go to here in my inventory, and let me select my group. That should do for all the 3 systems. Let me just try that, and let me just select a module which is nothing but cell, and let's do yum systemctl status, probably status bsftpd. I wanted to see whether the bsftpd is running or not. Let me just click on enable privilege. Maybe it requires a sudo rights, so let me just click on that, and machine credential I should select to project and launch it. And it is successful, and I can able to see on node 1 it is visible, right? It is not running. Oh, sorry, it is running. It seems success bsftpd is active. Okay, it is running. And on second node also it is running, and if I check on third server, it is giving in a same color, so I'm unable to identify whether it is running or not. Let me just go to my system here probably, and let's do a system ctl status vsftpd. It is running. Okay, to system status vsftpd. Okay, looks like it is running on all the system. vsftpd status vsftpd. So it gives an correct output. That means it is running on all the system. So now the thing is, when I'm going to run this playbook, it will not going to successful. Why? Because vsftpd is running, and I have made a condition in my playbook, patching playbook, that if vsftpd is running, then fail it, do not update my system, right? So that is the condition I met. So let me just try to run that playbook and see if I can able to achieve that operation. Let me just click on this rocket button to initiate patching. It is going to take probably 30 seconds, depend on your system speed, whether you have more RAM or less RAM, depend on that. And I was talking about the verbosity, right? So you can able to see the verbosity. Because of that verbose level 1, it is saying using ansible.cfg, which is the default ansible.cfg file. It is ansible.cfg, right? And if I scroll it down, it can able to reach all three system, and well, if repository found. And the first error, it says vsftpd running on node 1, node 2 and FTP server. So all three system it is running. That is why the apply patch, the task which I have added in the playbook, did not run, and it is skipped, right? So now what I have to do is I have to stop my service. To stop my service, I can do that from my Ansible Tower. I can run simply an adhoc command. Let me just click on run command here and select my modules cell, machine credential equal to my project, and argument I will say stop in this group, and let me just do one verbosity again and launch it. I think that is fine because it is stopped. That is why it given an error like this, and it said the status is failed. But I believe the service is stopped now. Let me just run that job which I have run previously to check my status. So I can go to job here, right? And I think I run cell 1. Before that I had run one more, but that is not showing here. I'm not sure. Let me just press it. The patching runbook. Let me just open this one. Oh, okay, fine. So the previous one, this one, I believe this one. Let me click on this. Not this one. Okay, anyway, it is not showing. Let me just go to inventory again, and let me just open my patching inventory, click on and click run command, cell machine credential equal to project, and let me do a status instead of stop status and launch it. Okay, so on one node only it is stopped, it seems. Node 2 still it is running, it seems, and node 1 still it is running, it seems. Let me just go back to my system here and run this command again. Status, it is running, status running, is running everywhere. So the stop command did not work for some reason. Let me just go to my inventory again, click on project inventory, click on this group, run command, shell credential. If this doesn't work this time, we will probably going to manually stop it. And this is the group, and select that one, launch it. Okay, I need an argument to specify here, systemctl stop vsftpd, and for this time it looks like it is working. I don't know what happened earlier, it didn't work. And node 1 it is stopped, and node 2 it is also stopped, and I'm not sure, it did not go to node 3. It was supposed to go to node 3 as well, but it did not. Let me go to patching in inventory again, select the server, run command, and let me just select one more time cell, then specify again the command, enable privilege escalation, launch. And this time it worked. I'm not sure what was the problem. Anyway, so the next step what I have to do now is I'm going to patch the system, because my FTP service is stopped now and I can be able to patch my system. So let me just click on that. I just initiated it, and let me just expand and see the status. And meanwhile it is working here. What I can do is I can just go to system here and do an tel -f var log yum log, and I can able to see whether my system is patching or not. I can able to see something is happening, and also for the system as well, yum.log, here also something is happening. Tel f var log yum log, and I think very few packages it is supposed to install, and that is why it is hanging there. And I think it is still working. Let me just go back to my terminal and let's see. I'll just give a line here to see the changes. Node 1, node 2, and node 3. So all these 3 nodes should patch. And I can see it is still trying to patch my system. And it found that vsftpd is not running. That is good. And it is also able to find the repository here. And you can ignore this warning because it is saying use yum module instead of yum command, so that is what it is, so that can be ignored. And now if I go to my terminal, okay, so now I can see something is happening here. The changes are applying, and also here I can see changes are applying, and node 1 it is still not initiated. Okay, so look like it is applied on FTP server and other two systems are still in progress. So let me just again open this up. So FTP server is done, it seems. I can cancel this and not to this many packages, and not one, still not initiated anything. That is something not good. Let me just go back here and let's see. Okay, so not one is not started yet, that is why I cannot see anything there. So looks like only node 2 is done now, FTP server and node 2, and it is taking a little time here. So, and also you can see there is no kernel patches applied, right? So I don't need to there is nothing but a kernel tool, there is not a kernel, so I don't need to reboot my system. If you are applying a kernel, then probably you need to reboot your system, and also probably you should be able to update reboot in your playbook. So I did not update because I don't have kernel in this, so I'm just applying the packages, so that is why I don't need to reboot my system. And here also you can see there are a few packages regarding Python, kernel tools and some other packages, and looks like node 1 is also worked, and there are a few packages which is applied here. Excellent. So now if I go back to my tower, and I can able to see node 2 and FTP server still, and it is still work in progress. You can able to see this is beeping, and once it is done it will say completed and successful, right? So let's just wait for some more time. Okay, so looks like it is done. So now I can be able to see there are 3 changes happen on all the 3 systems. Failed is 000, so that looks good, and my status is green and everything looks good now. So let me just collapse it, and I can also see the status here, everything is green. So that is how you would be able to patch your Linux system. So you can able to see how easy it is to patch your Linux system. If you wanted to use the playbook which I'm currently using, you can use this one. Okay, you just need to go to this location and you can able to use it for your testing purpose, right? So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you feel this video is informative, then please hit like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Wherever I go, wherever I see, I remember you. If you remember